are going to be talking about, and it's an open forum. It ain't no, big lies. First of all, open forum. And many of you who have been on Clubhouse for any significant amount of time, I don't see no new badges in here, so y'all have been on here for a minute, have been in these let's just say music rooms. Let's just say that room. We're gonna use that. And if you pay attention to a lot of these rooms, it's a lot of nobodies running them. I don't mean nobody because everybody's somebody, but when we're talking about the music business, you have to have accomplished at least something more. Let me, sorry, I got a phone call to judge me. And I do this when I go in these music rooms. I look at the moderators and I look at their bios and I go look up their work and I go research them. And a lot of times, they ain't done shit. But they get on Clubhouse and Clubhouse gives them a platform to feel like they can critique and judge other people's music, which is hilarious to me when you yourself ain't done shit. So we want to talk about this a little bit tonight. And we're going to talk about some critical points like the whole skipping the line, skipping the queue, paying the DJ, all this bullshit that happens on Clubhouse. If your feelings get hurt tonight, shit, I don't care. Shit, my career is my career. But we want to open some eyes to some people on this app and to some of the bullshit that goes down. So I'm going to let Keys, because Keys is one of the inspirations for this room tonight. And I want him to talk about some things. And so go ahead, Brother Keys. The floor is
No, I'm just tight that people take. When people on this app are not original, that is one thing I hate to the fullest. All right, we started a room. Me, my fellow colleagues on this app, Octane, Ryan, Skate. We started a room last Saturday. Talk about don't uh, don't critique music if you need help yourself. And while my room was open, I saw a couple of other people make rooms with the same title. And it's like I'm tired of seeing people critique and they're not even doing anything. They're not even nowhere near music. Even if they're not even A&R. Like, so it's like I'm tired of it. Like, what I mean, if you're gonna take someone giving an opinion like, hey, I think you should do that. That'd be cool if you change this around. That's cool. But when someone's telling you, nah, you need to take this out, add this here, and then put this there, and then you go and listen to their music, and their music is like, whoa, bro, you're not even off the ground right now, bro. Like, what are you really doing? So that's why I made the room Saturday. So, if anybody would like to speak on that, and if they experienced anything like that on Clubhouse, please, share.
And like I said, it's an open forum. It ain't no queue. It ain't no whatever. We just gonna have a conversation because I mean I done made my money for the day with my session. So let's talk.
Right.
Let's talk about it because I frequent a lot of rooms on here, and some good ones, some bad ones. I try to stay away from the bad ones, but there are some rooms that I've been in, and these cats, so you would swear they was A&Rs at Universal or Def Jam or something, the way they critiquing these records. And then you go check out their music and you're like, wow, the people you critiquing sound better than you. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Like I said, Clubhouse gives people an ego trip. It does. That's why the name of our club on here is No Egos, because we're going to keep it real with you. Ain't no egos in this room. You know what I mean? We're going to keep it real with you. We try to critique to help, and I listen. I'll come to some rooms and these people like, that's trash, that's ass. What were you thinking? And I'm looking at like, you haven't accomplished nothing to talk to people this way. And so we want to open up this floor for this convo tonight. Y'all have been in the rooms where people are judging this music and critiquing, giving out all these pointers and all this, and they haven't sold a record outside their neighborhood. Talk about.
Amen.
Let's talk about it. Rothstein, you want to add something to that,
Man,
bro?
listen, bro. It is like you said. It's people that host rooms, on a daily basis. I like you said, about I've been in those rooms, and and people like, yo, that's fire, that's fire, that's fire, and so these people feel hyped up, and then they take it to somebody else's room, and then they like, oh, I never been told my music was bad. So so it's setting people up for the wrong type of, what I'm saying, like it's setting people up for the wrong type of belief that they really got like some records. And so it's just like giving people false hope, you know what I mean? It's really, and it's creating a lot of egos that don't need to be created on real talk. So it's just for me, I just try to stay out of those rooms. And even when we host rooms and we play people music, we give honest feedback. But you can look at people who sold millions, not hundred, not thousands, but millions of records, and there's a reason for that. So you know what I'm saying? Like I just can't be around JoJo and them and, and Pookie and them, and I don't even know what the hell they done did, who they work with, or nothing like that. So I just find it crazy, man. But people look for validation on this app, and I mean, if you valid already, you ain't got to worry about that. That's all I got to say. Hello.
I'd agree. I don't go in any room looking for clout. I actually go looking for people I may want to work with or help. And then when I do give critiques, I've been cloned the industry asshole by a few rooms because, like you said, everything that people play on this app can't be fire. Everything can't be fire. And if I bring some of these records to Universal with my people, they're not gonna tell you it's fire. They're not. They're not. They're probably gonna listen to 30, 45 seconds at the most, and maybe say get back to the drawing board or it sounds the same. And a lot of music on Clubhouse sounds the same. We'll all agree to that. I know we can all agree to that. You hear the same muted 808 pattern drums, and you hear the same auto tune, and it's almost like you can predict certain records before they even get to sing. You know what it's gonna sound like. You know what I mean? So, let's talk about it.
And what's up? Peace, everybody. Peace, Bottz, Roasting. What's good, y'all? At what point do we blame the person playing the music, though? Like, this is what we spoke about last week. And when it's a teenager, it's a kid, I get that. You know what I'm saying? They don't know no better. But when you got grown ass adults in their 30s, if you go in a room playing your music so freely and you choose not to look at who you're playing your music for, that you got to be held accountable for that as well. I mean, granted, it's probably it's a lot of assholes on here saying they such and such and they not, and we get all of that. But at a certain age, at just a certain mindset, you're not going to do anything in life and not realize who you're doing business with. I don't care if you're outside hustling. You just ain't going to take somebody's work and start hustling if you don't even know who work you're taking. So I think people also got to apply that to themselves. Like when you go in a room, you play music, look to see who you playing your music for. Some people, you just so happy to play your shit, and you could be playing it for the janitor at your son high school. You don't know who the hell you playing it for. Like people got to take more accountability to realize who they in the room with as well.
He said the janitor.
Yeah, I'd agree. And it's crazy that we'll talk about this also tonight. The whole skip the queue thing that these people are so animate about letting people hear their music to where they're spending their bread. And I can't speak for nobody pockets. If you in here and you've done it, I'm not judging you. I'm just telling you, you're spending your money for what? Sitting in the room for an hour, jumping the queue, spending 20, 30, in some rooms it's $50 to skip the queue. For people to play a minute and a half of your music to tell you it's cool. Now, me being me, I am a miser when it comes to my money, and I believe in investing my money wisely. I don't think playing your music on Clubhouse in a room full of people who can't benefit your career at any point or take you, higher in your career, or give you the connections you need to go further in your career. It's not worth $50 to me. It's just my opinion. I equate money to food. I figure like I can eat 2, 3 days off them $50. So it's more. Or you could have got on the playlist on the Spotify playlist, or you could have invested in some Facebook ads. It's something you could have done with that money instead of playing it for a bunch of people who can't do shit for you. And we had these rooms on here all the time, and we've all sat in there together. I've sat in them with some of y'all, and we hear them. You know, I'm gonna skip the queue. Oh, they just skipped the queue. I'm gonna skip the queue. I'm gonna skip. Oh, we got all these people. I just think people who do them rooms broke. It's just my opinion. If that's you, don't take no offense. I don't know you. But we play music in our room every day, and we ain't charged $1 yet. Over a year, we've been doing it for a year. We have never charged nobody to play their music and give them a critique on this free app. The app is free. Why are you paying? And you sitting going room to room, queue to queue, and invested all this money, and you still ain't got nothing.
A year later, blind guy. A year, almost 2 years later, and you ain't got shit different, and you done spent probably $1,000 trying to skip the line, and a year. Look at it. We a year later, and what has changed? Has anybody got signed from that shit? You know what I'm saying? So we gotta be honest with ourselves. What we doing up here?
Hey, Megan, check your DM. Sorry, y'all.
Hey, what's going on, family?
Fontaine was
Yo,
good.
my guy.
All right, my guy. What's going on? Hey, I got a question. It's sidelining the rooms you're speaking about here on Clubhouse. You know, I've been on Clubhouse for a long time myself, since 2020. But I always wanted to know anyone's professional intake on these beat selling sites like BeatStars or whatever. Like, do you think that's like destroying the producer or the composer atmosphere, or what's your takes on that? Yes, definitely. And I tell the story in every room I go to. Every time somebody say they bought a beat off of BeatStars and they got I'm holding up my quote unquote fingers, the exclusive. I've had one beat recorded on by 3 different artists. All 3 of them bought the exclusive. And I let them hear the other records with the same beat, and their mouth just dropped. And I said, look, there's no cheat codes to success in the music business. It just isn't. And if people hustling beats on BeatStar, I don't knock it. I ain't never knocking nobody's hustle at all. But I don't knock the least beats. But you got to know you're not the only one getting that beat ever. I don't get where they sent me the stems. Well, I mixed the other 2 records with the stems too. I was like, I could just pull from their station if you want to, because it's the exact same beat. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm not an advocate of BeatStars, not an advocate of lease beats. I don't do it. I never will. Like I say, I know, teenagers hustling, selling beats, $10, $20 a beat, and they dope. Let's just be honest. Everybody's a producer nowadays, and a lot of these everybody's are dope. They're dope. You can find dope producer at any local high school now, because they're in lunch on their laptop making beats. So I do think it's hurt the culture of, real producers, because these are beat makers. You don't find too many real producers on BeatStars. You don't find too many of them leasing beats. Now, beat makers, yeah, that's a whole nother room, beat makers versus producers. But it's killing it, Font. It's killing it. Because even in my own room, I've had people like Bottz, I'm working on something. I need a lease. And shit, don't look my way. I ain't never did a lease beat, and I never will. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to do that. I've been blessed to work with some of the top A-listers, so I don't have to lower my standards to, selling beats $10, $20. And I'm not knocking the people that do, because they're making a killing. They're making a killing, but they're also ruining it because organic music and organic production is getting lost, because these people selling the same beat to 100 people. Because everybody doing music now. Everybody and their mama doing music. So, but I legit, 5 years ago, never forget, Bun B's stepson had a group, and they came to the studio.
Bottz, we lost you.
My phone.
He must have got a call. Hey, Imagine, did you check your back channel?
Did you cut me off, Auntie?
No, you went out.
Yes, Auntie, I'm writing right now. I'm responding right now.
Oh, y'all didn't hear my Bun B story.
No, you stopped right after you said I got a Bun B story, and then it went out.
Okay, so Bun B's little stepson had a group 5 years ago. They came to the studio. They brought a camera crew. They spent all this money on this record. beat was dope. A month later, another artist came in with the exact same beat. So I said, fine. I'm like, yo, remember when y'all came to the studio? Your little boy came and, you know, y'all made it hype. Y'all selling this red, you know, da. He was like, yo. I say, well, that beat just came in another session. He's like, what? Well, they paid for the beat. Come to find out, they did a lease. And the dude leased it to somebody else. So, you know, with all the producers in the room, the best way to not have that problem, Fontaine, is to get you a producer who can cultivate you a body of work that cultivates your sound. I know I said some big words there, but that's the best. That's the best. When Janet, Janet needed a Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They cultivated her sound. Those were her producers. And so you need to get with somebody who, you know, can cultivate your sound. You know, phone is hot tonight. The Brat had JD at first. You know what I'm saying? These are relationships with people who knew that their producer could just give them their sound. And so I think you got to get with somebody who can help do that. But that's not going to happen with these people in these rooms hitting you up for $10, $20, $30. They just taking your money. Like I say, these people doing them rooms are broke. My opinion, and you could tell them I said it. I really don't give a fuck because, you know, I don't do it. And I don't need nobody to pay me on Clubhouse for me playing a minute and a half of their hard-on, you know, money record and whatever. So it's definitely killing it, man. Somebody else can take the mic because I don't want to be, you know, I can go on this shit. So
yeah, I wanted to expound on that too. I'm very well versed in that. You know, I get to them myself, but I only mention that because a lot of these producers don't know that the sounds they're even using is either royalty free or not because they take it from different areas of the internet or whatever. So they push that play button and it's Shazamable or whatever. And then let's say they give a big record out of that $50 beat that they sold on one of them stations. There's going to be a publishing issue because they're using sounds that don't even belong to them. So it's definitely layers to that type of atmosphere with selling beats and stuff like that. So I just had to add that in this whole frame of production, man. It's just
we preach get you a producer. That's what we preach.
Exactly.
They may not
Amen.
But in the long run, it's gonna be worth it. So if they cost, you know, a couple $100 more than your little beat store lease, pay a couple $100 more. You know what I'm saying? You know, how bad do you want it? You know, I got high schoolers and college kids, you know, taking extra jobs to pay for what they want for their careers. But you got a bunch of grown people who want you to hand them shit. That ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen, man. You know, you gotta work for what you want. And working, Clubhouse is not gonna bypass some of the work you gotta do. I've met some dope people on Clubhouse, built some dope relationships. I still had to put in the work. It may accelerate it because it's a relationship-based app. It may accelerate it, but you still got to put in the work. And you're not putting in work just going to these rooms and letting these peons judge you. When a lot of times your music is doper than them. I've been in rooms sitting there, you know, in the audience and listening to these judges critique music. And then I go to their Instagram, I'm like, but damn, they record's better than yours. How you judging them when they record's better than yours? But that's what we want to talk about tonight. Because we want to, you know, get rid of some of these demons off of this Clubhouse app. Because we got to change our mind. And if you've been skipping the queue, you need to go get your money back because you still ain't got shit.
You owe the refund, my guy.
Yeah, you know, that's about the same as the sync room. Everybody goes in, but they can't get synced. But we going to talk about that another day. Whoopsie.
Hey, you.
Look, y'all know I don't give a fuck. Shit, so, yeah, keep the flow going. I mean, keep the convo going. Why are we letting anybody on this app just judge our music?
I mean, I really want to hear from the artist, though. Like, I want to hear, like, you know, how do people feel after they do it? You know what I mean? Or what do they feel like it was beneficial? You know what I'm saying? Like, I really want to hear it.
Yeah, we need some of y'all artists that's down there in the audience. Come on the stage, man. Look.
Artists.
Man, I'll say something in regards to that. I remember getting on the app Is it windy? Is it loud over here? I don't know.
You good?
No, you good.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I remember getting on the app in the beginning, and you know the understanding that anybody with a green bean is somebody, right? That was the mentality when you first got on the app. So because you were seasoned next to people that are actually doing it, right? And has the resume, so you automatically assume that everybody with the green bean is on that same level or doing something similar and can probably push you forward. And then, you know, and that's where that whole power of the green bean came from, right? And now, so when somebody gets on stage, and they see all these people that they never had access to, and that could possibly, you know, make their dreams come true, they're willing to do anything. Now, fortunately, I've never paid to skip the line, but when I first got on here, would I have? Absolutely. I would have absolutely paid to skip the line. I just chose to wait a couple hours to get the song played. And the problem is, us as artists, without information and without research and understanding, we're very eager thinking we can skip steps. That just ain't how it works, bro. Like everybody wants to take the shortcut, and the shortcut is, oh, let me pay this. As soon as they hear my record, they gonna love it and they gonna offer me blah blah blah. Like that's the mentality, and that drowns out every other sensible thought that you have. Because I remember having the same thought. Like, as soon as they hear my record, it's over. I don't care what anybody, they're going to love it. Then they're going to offer me this. Like, that's the mentality. And with that, expounding on not understanding the industry and how the game works, on top of it just drowns out everything. So that's my take on what's going on and why people are still paying today, thinking that they're the hottest thing in the world, and that just ain't how it works.
Anybody else want to chime in on that?
I think that I've been in one of these rooms where I played a record one time. I normally don't do it, but I was in the room, and I think that a lot of times, a lot of artists believe that these people who judge in music are somebody. So that I happen to go in a particular room and play a club record that we know for a fact is a banger. Like, no disrespect, nobody, but I'm getting show money for the record right now. And the guy, of all the things he could say, he was like, "Yeah, man, I wouldn't even play that record in the club. Normally, you try to play it in the club. I wouldn't even play it in the club. I'm just listening." And I'm laughing in my head. I'm like, "What you doing submitting music? These people ain't got no resume, no status." A lot of times we be afraid to do the research and investigate and see who people really are. Because Clubhouse and social life is giving everybody a voice, and they're abusing it. Like, you got people who've never done anything musically, never helped anybody, and they taking these people money, skip the line, all out there, and they talking crazy about records, don't know nothing about music for real. They bashing good records for real, and bigging up records that aren't good. And people have placed so much value, like they sold the value of what they say so well that everybody believes it.
That's a fact, bro. Look, when I first got on Clubhouse, because the kind of person I am, I researched everybody. Most of these people up here with green beans, I researched them. It's called vetting, but we don't do that. Like you said, we're so eager to let somebody, you know, critique us and, oh, maybe they can help me get to the next step. Well, they haven't even taken the first step. How they gonna help you get to the next step? But they're so eager, and well, I want them to hear. They just hop on stage. They don't look. Every time I get on stage, I'm looking at everybody bio. There's been people that came in rooms many a time I've been in and started coming in hot. When I say coming in hot, name dropping, I did this, I work with this person. Y'all gonna see Bottz get quiet. I'm gonna go on mute for about 2-3 minutes, and I'm gonna go research them. That's what I'm doing. And I'm gonna come back and be like, you lied. It's happened many a time. It's happened many a time. The reason we started this one club is because we caught people in lies. And so that's another thing. You got people who got, you know, they lie on their resume. You know, if you don't know somebody on this app and their resume is greatly decorated, of course, and you're not smart enough, and I'm not calling you dumb, but you're not smart enough to do your research on this person. And this person is sounding the part, and their resume looks the part, but a lot of times they're not the part. But we're too lazy to go Google, and we're too lazy to get on IMDb, and we're too lazy to go research these people. We just, oh man, well he say he work at such and such and such. Man, let me skip the line so he can hear my music. You skip the line, wait 30 minutes, and he say, yeah, it was cool. Now you sitting here with egg on your face because you done spent your Uber money on Clubhouse. Now you got to find how to, you got to find a way to work tomorrow because you tried to be investing on Club. And I'm not saying there's some rooms that are investments. I've sat in rooms for 6, 7, 8 hours doing competitions, listening to artists, networking with artists. I've done it, but I didn't charge $1. That's just me because I don't need your 20 or 30 or your 50, whatever they're paying in these rooms. So, it's something we got to open people's eyes to on this app because I see it every day. Every day.
It's crazy because the people who can help you the most, they don't even be the people that name drop.
Oh, you're not. I have a bio. I have a resume. And name dropping to me is like getting hired at a job. They laugh when I say this. Getting hired at a job and going up to the manager every day you clock in for work and showing them your resume. You already got the job. Why are you trying to prove this to me? Who am I for you to try to improve this and impress me? And I'm not impressed. When people name drop, I'm not really impressed. You'll never hear me say who I work with. You can go research who I work with. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not, our room generally helps people. We've helped people get placements. We've helped people do films. We've helped people because we genuinely want to help. Our goal is to help, not to get over on people and take their money. That's just not our goal. You got some rooms who that's their goal. Hey man, I might be 300 short tonight. We got to get like 10 people to skip the line. You know what I'm saying? I think they had them conversations because they have a well-oiled machine. They got to, if you want to skip the line, the instructions are in this person sitting on stage. Just do what you say. You go, I click on it. It's like email this and then Cash App or Venmo or whatever, $50 this, and then, put the name and I'm like, God damn, they coming up. I ain't mad at them. They coming up because you got these hungry artists out here. And I can't, like I said, I can't count nobody's pockets. If you choose to do it, that's on you. But be wise with your investment because it makes no sense for you to be paying a DJ $50 and they can't help you. What's the purpose? It's move smart, not dumb. Why would I pay you $50 just for you to tell me my record's cool? Or I didn't like it. Even sometimes they skip the line, I ain't like the record. So now you got 2 eggs on your face because you spent your lunch money for the week and they don't even like the record. You skip the line to play. There's a double win.
Right.
But let's hear some from some of these artists in here because this is a great conversation because y'all be in these rooms. That's why y'all here tonight. Y'all like, damn, I ain't never thought about that because this is why we have in the room. So floor is open.
I mean, I think the prime example, which has probably been beaten to death already, is what's old boy's name? Gallus record dude. Everybody told him, I forgot his name, but everybody told him that his record was horrible, wouldn't do nothing, and now it's one of the biggest records, that dropped and pretty much pushed his career extremely forward where it wouldn't have been if he listened to them. So, I mean, you go straight to the topic of the room, bro. You letting people critique that ain't even got the ear to listen, really. They just...
That's not really a critique. They gave their opinion, like, yo, I don't like it. I feel like it's trash. Critiquing is like telling the person and going and telling them, like, yo, you got to change that. Take that out. Move this chorus to this part. You really trying to produce. Because anybody can give an opinion. Anybody can say, well, I don't like that. I don't, for me, it's not rocking, but for anybody else, it may go. That's being, opinionated. You can have all that. But you can't critique a nigga and you can't, can't critique a person and then, you're not on par to that. Because that person listening to you, he's thinking that, he or she is thinking that you're someone. Just because you're on these stages with a moderating badge and, they're thinking that you're someone like, oh, I'm going to go listen to this person. I'm actually going to do that. Move this chorus this way, move this that way. And, maybe it'll work. They're not taking the time out to research. That's why I tell everybody, when you're on these stages, I don't care who it is, research. See what they have done. Because you're going to give out, you're going to listen to them, and what the information they're giving you sometimes can be hurting you. It's not helping you. So this is why I tell everyone, research. And then if someone does critique your music and you didn't want them to, let that roll off your shoulder. Like, you only have to listen to them.
Well, I mean, we all know music is subjective. And then you have instances like Ryan Cali talked about, oh boy. But Ryan, he was in a bullshit room. You remember what room he got? They was telling him his music sucked in?
No, I wasn't in the room, so I just heard this story over and over again.
No, I was in there.
Who was probably, I would assume, is LB.
Well, but the people who was critiquing him, they hadn't done shit. But we so quick to hop in these rooms, and we don't pay attention, man. And paying attention, taking 2 minutes to click on a bio and say, oh, okay, well they did so and so. Maybe I need to let them hear my record. And then you go researching like, well, they really ain't this. I had to dissect, and we talked about it earlier. Dude got on here one time in our room talking about he found Chris Brown. He the one who found Chris Brown, not knowing that I was with the woman who was representing Chris Brown before he even got signed in 2006, Tina Day. So people don't vet no more. And Auntie Jackie says it all the time. You got to do your research. If you've done anything in any part of the entertainment business, there is a social media trail, there's a Google trail, there's some kind of trail. You can't have any amount of success and be hidden. Well, a lot of my stuff ain't gonna be online. Why not? Why? You produce for this person and you mean to tell me the record? Or, your credits ain't online? Why? No, you lying. But we don't do the research. We let people get away with this capping. And y'all will see it tonight. Y'all gonna see these competition rooms, pay the DJ. I'm gonna go in them and be an asshole just to be an asshole from now on. Like, nah, I ain't paying you.
But Bottz, I was doing the stuff behind the scenes and stuff. They told me I couldn't get no credit. I was behind the scenes.
Yeah. I ghostwrite, wrote for a lot of shit. You sure ain't got no credit. So which one is it? So you got to start doing your research on these people in these rooms, because they will sell you some wolf tickets. They'll tell you they can help you get synced and not get one sync placement in a whole year on this app.
Hey, Bottz.
Go ahead, Auntie.
What I wanted to say is, and somebody said it earlier, it's usually the people that's the quiet ones in the room. Those the ones you need to tap on their bios and look at. And I called Rothstein to check because I spoke to Sean about the rooms for Indianapolis. And let me just give you an example of doing your research on people. This person came in our room a few months ago, and I mean, everybody has been in this room. Monique, Tiffany Haddish. I mean, everybody comes in this room. So this particular day, this man came into the room. He's the head of a network for the parent company is a major network. People really didn't know who he was, but I did. And somebody asked him a real dumb question. He responded because he's a gentle type of individual. And then he left. Okay? So I reached out to him via Instagram and said, hey, can we connect later? I may have something. And he was like, sure. And I said, okay. Fast forward that a few months, and I returned to one of my old clients. So I had something to pitch. This was on a Sunday, late on the Sunday. And I said, hey, I have something for you. When can I meet with your assistant to schedule this? He was like, here's her info, contact her. And the meeting was set up. That was confirmed. Through that, I was able to executive produce my first network award show. Fast forward 2 more months. that particular network head as a client. Now, I met a young lady who was an air personality on the first day she went to Atlanta. She waved. I was with a celebrity. I waved back and I said, hey. And she came out and introduced herself. I said, I may have something for you, a few months, down the line, stay in touch. I called her. I said, this gig is not paying anything. But will you come out? She said, yes. We have stayed in touch. That was 2019. So I pitched this young lady to this network, really to be a red carpet correspondent. The network head turned it down. The network, had an anniversary date. This person interviewed this network head and loved the person so much, asked would this person come and do a screen test. Well, I'm here to tell you that today, that same young lady that did that gig for free, via the same network head that came in this room, got offered a job as a news anchor. When I go into other rooms, I'm very quiet. Matter of fact, it ain't a whole bunch of, if you don't know, it's really nothing in my bio, a few things to let you know a little bit about me. But beware of the quiet ones, not the ones who bragging and name dropping. Them ain't the ones you want to deal with. You want to deal with the ones who ain't saying nothing. I'm out.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Amen.
All right, well, the floor is open. Y'all see the title? Let's go. Don't y'all get quiet. Y'all scared. Shit, I don't give. The replays is on. Y'all scared? I don't care. Shit, what they gonna do to me? Let's hear from some of these artists. Anybody in here paid to skip the line? And what happened after you did? Is anybody in here who's done that? Did your career benefit any kind of way? In the better? Yes, no, maybe so. No? Y'all lying, motherfuckers. Some of y'all in there and skip the damn line. Quit lying.
Yeah.
They're gonna be embarrassed. They're embarrassed. It's too late. The money gone. So you might as well just
yeah,
you might as well just tell us now.
Ice Mike.
The months of the money gone. What up, Ice Mike?
Man, you've been in our rooms in the Bird House too, and we don't charge a damn thing. We don't do skip the lines. I think we do. I think Chili Chill does a tray bag special where it's $3 if you can't wait. $3. I mean, I know I don't in my rooms, and anything that I do get as a tip, everything just goes to charity, to an autism charity that I have for my son. But yeah, at the Birdhouse, man, we don't promise anything. We don't do it. We tell everybody we're DJs. We're like 4 or 5 DJs, from around the country, and we just provide a safe, non-toxic space for people to just play their music. And I put them in the mix, and it's just, all positivity in there. So you've been around, you've been in the rooms too. So.
We're not even talking about your room, Mike. We're talking about these rooms that take advantage of the unlearned, the unknowing, and they prey, PREY, on the hunger of some of these independent artists. Now, if you don't know, I'm an independent artist advocate. I fight for the independent artists. I support the independent artists. I produced over almost 150 artists on Clubhouse alone, independent. I checked the resume, and those are facts. So I get, it upsets me. It ain't even upset. I get pissed off because if you do have a position that can help somebody and you abuse it because you're making a little come up, or you may be short on money this week, that's not the lick, man. That's bullshit, bro. Y'all room is very supportive. I come in there, y'all been supportive from day one. Y'all are totally different. This is different than you spinning in your room and somebody finding your cash app like, yo, I was at work and for the last 30 minutes you've been rocking, I want to tip you. Totally different. I get that. We're talking about these rooms where people are critiquing music, and it's not even about the money, but they do that. But they're critiquing music when they music trash. Like, can the blind lead the blind? If you ain't had a #1 record, How you gonna tell me my record? How you gonna give me pointers on to make my record better? Let's talk about it like that. If you ain't been on Billboard, how you gonna tell me to get on Billboard? If you ain't got no plaques, how you gonna tell me I ain't gonna never have no plaques because my auto tune, I got too much auto tune on my record? That's the kind of shit I'm talking about. But we getting these rooms, and y'all can go in the hallway right now. You probably see one or two of them. I guarantee they here all damn day. And I'm like, damn, I know y'all ain't got no job. Y'all sitting up here pimping and pandering motherfuckers on Clubhouse. So you got to start doing your research on these people you're listening to for advice. Some people don't like my advice I give. Cool. You think my career is hurt by me? You not liking, I don't like Bottz. He mean. Cool. Guess what? The industry is mean. My first production deal, those who come in our room daily, no, my first production deal was with Rap-A-Lot Records from Houston, Texas. That's all I got to say. That's all I really need y'all to understand. That's why I approach music the way I approach it, because for 3 years, I sat under James Prince and Big Chief and Red and watched how they navigated, and it wasn't pretty at all. The entertainment industry is not pretty. And if you think it is, you're in the wrong business. You need to go be a nurse or a garbage man or something else, because it's not about your feelings. I have a saying that everybody loves. I say, get out your feelings, because it ain't no money there. Get out your feelings. Somebody critique your record and you think you dope, that's cool. But if somebody critiquing your record ain't dope, then what's up? How can somebody who's not dope tell you how to be dope? Let me put it to you like that. Because have y'all ever went to listen to some of these artists or people and then you got these rooms. Let's talk about this. You got rooms on here. You got people who own flower businesses and own boxing shipping businesses critiquing music, which I'm not mad at, because they are consumer point of view. But that's not what you paying for. You paying for executives and people you think who can. It don't make no sense for you to make no lateral moves on Clubhouse. I'm not doing nothing in none of these rooms that make me go lateral. I don't need a lateral move. I need to go up. I need to go horizontal. Why do something and spend time and invest and do all this, and for something that's gonna keep me at the same place I am the next year? And there's some artists on here still going in rooms playing records because spending their little Uber money. So how do y'all feel about that? How do you feel when somebody who ain't really accomplished nothing critiques your music?
You can't feel no you can. I feel you, Bottz, because I feel you, but it's like you can't feel. I don't feel no empathy or sympathy for the nigga that do that. Like, you chose not to check the people. You get what I'm saying? Like, who listening to your shit? You really gotta look it up and see who listening to your shit if it's that deep to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can never be mad at the hustler. You getting money out of niggas is fucked up. I'm not saying it's fucked up. Just like the motherfucker outside selling dope is fucked up. But you can't be mad at that nigga because he got customers. Just like we can't be mad at these niggas charging for people to skip the line. Like, they hustling, it's fucked up. Don't get it wrong. It's fucked up. But if motherfuckers gonna keep coming in here and paying them, they gonna keep doing it. Like, we got these artists gotta take some accountability too. They just expecting, like, if you walk into the room thinking nigga just gonna be 100 with you and be honest, like, yeah, bro, I can't do shit for you. But pay me $50 to skip the line, they bugging.
Man, he basically said Jay-Z made a song called Can't Knock the Hustle. It's a great song. Everybody go listen to that. That's what he's saying, I think. That's what I got.
Yeah, look, you got those people that got those late night commercials on BET, them passes, Miracle Water, and all that stuff. That's what I compare it to.
Miracle Water.
Yeah, but there's
Peter
somebody
Popoff.
buying that shit though. There's somebody buying that shit though. So welcome to America.
Peter Popoff.
With that holy water in them handkerchiefs.
Hey, that's 6 a.m. in the morning. We wake up like, what is going on?
With Kearney Thomas. Yeah, Kearney Thomas screaming at you talking about buy a prayer handkerchief for $30. So we're not knocking the hustle, but what we are trying to do is inform people of this, because it makes no sense to go in these rooms on Clubhouse that don't benefit you. Now, at the beginning of Clubhouse, and I'm a 2020 Clubhouse vet, so they had the dumbass rooms, and they still got them. They had the moan room, They had, all them crazy, I call them moan bone rooms, where they paid money to the woman with the best moan. I mean, my choir ain't been doing that lately, but they had those rooms. But I was like, man, it don't make no sense for me to invest time on this app and I can't make no money. Let me be honest with you. It don't make no sense for me to link with all these people and talk to all these different people and I can't make no money with you. That's a waste of my time. I'm not gonna go lateral. If I can't go up with you, then why am I sitting in your room for, and I give an example. I was one of the originals in Fireman Room. I don't know how long y'all been on this app. Rothstein was too. Auntie didn't really come in there that much. But I sat in Fireman Room for sometimes 8 to 10 hours. But what it did do was put me in relationships with a lot of people where in the last year and a half, I done made a lot of money. Because I was intentional about not doing I'm not going to do no shit that don't benefit me. It makes no sense. If I was a starving artist, which I hate that term because I believe if you starve and you just choose to be lazy and broke, sorry. Because I had 3 jobs when I first started doing music. One was a janitor. Y'all know that story. But I'm not gonna sit in these rooms, first of all, and let somebody who's 20 and just started doing music. I've been doing music 10 years. I'm not gonna let no 20-year-old who got a green bean and started his own club on Clubhouse tell me my music trash. When he in the contact. That's my main point tonight. These people don't have no kind of resume, but can critique the hell out of your records. How, Sway? How? And the floor is open again. Because I got a green bean. a green bean.
That's really what it is. They got a green bean in the room with a bunch of people that got green beans.
And nobody does research. It's a sad, we're living in the most uninformed generation ever. That's
And Google is right. I hate when people ask me a question. I said, did you Google it, my guy? I ain't got them answering all your questions for you. Google is right there. So it's crazy how lazy people can be, and it's all the tools right there in your face.
That's a key word, too. I want y'all to do, I'm telling y'all, go into some of these competitions, not even competitions, but these music rooms. Listen to the verbiage. Oh, they got it down. Skipping the line. Oh, yeah, that's cool, man. And then they sit and critique one record for like 10 minutes. A bunch of 3 or 4, 5 people just going back and forth. Your flow ain't this. And if I was the flow and if I was rapping it, I'd rap it like this. But you ain't sold no records. You ain't sold no records.
Bottz, let me ask you this, because when you're speaking on the rapping, and I got a question, anybody in the room, feel free to answer. Why, when people critique rap, the main critique I always hear for the rappers is, oh, your subject matter. Your subject matter is the same. It's the same shit I hear every day. But an R&B singer can come on stage and sing the same fucking sad love song. As long as they got a voice, they don't never have to change their subject matter. Why is it always pressure for the rapper to change their subject matter?
I personally never gave that critique. If you ever heard me critique rappers, the 2 things I talk about is delivery and cadence. That's it.
Man, that's the same thing for the rappers too, ain't it though? By shit, if your voice, if you got that voice, shit, it don't matter what you saying. Like your shit gonna go.
Nah, I feel you on that too. But if you go in these rooms, majority critique they give rappers is, oh, your subject matter. You sound like the shit. You sound like what's out already. Like,
it's only so much shit that we can rap about in life. You just have to find a way to make it your kind of lane and switch it up. You know what I'm saying? What else you gonna rap about? You can't start rapping about frogs burying themselves in dirt. Nobody want to hear that shit. So you gotta rap about some stuff that, I always say music has to have 2 things to be successful. It's got to be relative and it's got to be competitive. People got to be able to relate to what you're saying and it's got to compete to what people listening to today. Think of most hits. It's rare that you don't get a hit. That you get a hit that just don't have those 2 components. Now of course there's always, there's rules bent because we hear hits and like, well, damn, music is so wide open right now. There is no box. There is no technical way to do it. There's songs that's been hits that started with the chorus. There's songs that have been hits that started with the bridge. But these people on stage can't direct you to what's a hit when they ain't had one. Go look at some of their Spotify. It's amazing to me. I will follow an artist from here in these competition rooms and music rooms. They will have 200-300 followers, but then I go to their Spotify popping. And then I go up to the judge who's critiquing them, and they got all the followers, but they ain't got no record sold on their Spotify.
They don't even have a Spotify.
Because people equate, and let me dispel this myth. People equate how many followers you have to how successful you are. That's bullshit. Don't ever get caught up in them numbers.
Facts.
Especially on this app, because you got say it again. You got execs that I personally know on here that are fucking millionaires that got 100 followers.
That's yep.
Hey, Bottz, I just want to say that, hey, this app was the proof. This app was the proof. When I got on here in late 2020, and I saw the people who was actually writing the checks, not the people who were trying to pretend, the people that was writing the checks, they don't give a damn about their Instagram followers. They got nothing to prove to y'all. They got 10 followers, they family, they ain't got nothing to prove, but them the ones who writing the checks for the people you admiring. And I learned that on here, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I met a lot of great people, and I saw a lot of people get overlooked that could have changed people's lives because they were like, oh, he ain't real. Because if he was who he thought he said he was, he'd have 1 million followers. Like, man.
That's a fact. You can't base that. I've networked with people on here who ain't got time for Clubhouse. So of course you have to be on Clubhouse to build your followers. So if they ain't got time for it because they so busy, they gonna have 200-300 followers. But we look at that, they can't do nothing for me. Well, okay, well you keep thinking that. Because, we equate social media following and all that to success. And you kind of can. I'm not saying you can't, because some such successful people have a lot of followers. Some influential people have a lot of followers. People be asking me, how'd you get all them followers? Shit, I don't know. Motherfuckers just fuck with me like that, and they follow me. I don't never get in the rooms that they tell you follow all the moderators. You're going to see me leave. Or you're going to hear me say on the mic, I don't need none of y'all to follow me. You don't follow me if you want to. Don't follow me because these people up here told you to. I ain't telling you to ping nobody. We don't do that in here. It's all organic. So we just got to be smarter on this app, because there's a lot of money to be made on this app if you maneuver the right way. I always say the app will work for you if you work the app, but it's not going to work for you if you're a hungry artist or you're going in these rooms with people who can't help you. It makes no sense to waste your time, waste your money in these rooms that's not helping you with a motherfucker who's making records in his closet. That's trash. Poo trash. Not even regular trash. It's poo trash.
Hey man, I got a question. But did this room start from another room? Is this a spinoff room? Because this is. I'm just curious.
Well,
I'm
gonna be honest with you. I've been wanting to do this room for a long time. Rothstein knows this. I've been saying, yo, let's do a room about these damn other rooms, but we just never have the time. So it was brought to me today, like, yo, you need to do this room, because we tried to do it the other day and it got messed up, but we know if you do it, it's gonna rock. So here we are. So it's kind of a spinoff, but it's, the way we do it in the new No Egos room. So, and it's gonna be the same conversation, but it's gonna be some real talk, because we ain't scared to say shit in here. We're going to keep it a buck with you, and if you don't like it, get the fuck out. That's just how we roll.
And politically correct. I mean, we do want people to have a good time in here.
But you can't get the fuck on.
Right.
And we'll get blocked.
I'm in the right place. This is the right place to be.
And to your point,
I wasn't asking for that reason. I rock with y'all. I just want to let it be known.
And this is a good.
I was asking for context.
Look, man. I would say when you go in the rooms, just be yourself. Like if you click on the profiles first and you try to look up people's accomplishments, when you're in the room with them, you might change how you talk. Like I'm not an artist. I'm nobody out here, but I've been in a room with where there was 4 of us in the room. And one of the guys in there worked on the soundtrack for The Matrix. I didn't know that. I was just in there talking shit. Like, and just being myself. So, just, when you go in these rooms, just be you.
Also, look out for the red flags, man. If you in a room, y'all playing music, and every time a song go off, and it's been 50 tracks, and everyone, oh, that was fire. listen, bro, I done heard a lot of music on Clubhouse, and I know that every song ain't fire. All right, so if you in there, and no, I'm just dead ass serious. I just sat in the rooms for 2 hours, and every time a song, every single one, they said it was nice. I loved it. It was fire. Send some more music in. You want to skip the line? Here's $15. My Cash App. Skip the line. Come on, man. Them red flags, man. You know, just I don't know, man. These rooms is cool. Use them for what they are, man. You know your craft. Use it just as promo. You could care less. Maybe if someone important in there who really is important and you care about what they say, okay. But other than that, just use it. Hey, that's 5 or 10 more people that heard my song. But it's really what they talking about. A lot of times that shit don't matter, man. Just do you.
And to the point that Bottz made earlier, a lot of times, a lot of executives, they sit back, they don't say anything, they don't have all their information on their bio. You really don't know who you're sitting amongst because they don't want to be identified. And if we know them, they tell us we better not say anything because they don't want, they don't want to be exposed. They just want to come on Clubhouse and chill, and they don't want everybody, catching them. So they don't have to have a lot of followers. That doesn't mean that they don't do what they do in the industry and have it going on. And that is definitely a fact.
That is so true. Because I remember when I see somebody that I know. Oh, somebody speaking?
No, go ahead. I'm gonna come out.
Okay, yeah. I realized some people were full of it in some of these music rooms, whatever the case may be. Because I'm not the type of person. If somebody comes into the room, I say, "Oh, bring that person up." So, because some of them, like sometimes, like she mentioned, they just want to come, be quiet, and just stay low key in the audience, right? So one day, I remember like a few of them came into the room, like it was different executives at different times, like PDs of radio station, artist relations of like the digital media companies like Genius and stuff like that. So I would like hit up the person. I was like, "Yo, bring that person up. That's the MD of X, Y, and Z." Because like I'm in media and I know all these stuff. And the person was like, "Well," at first I said, "Bring that person up," right? And then the person was like, "If the person wants to come up, make him raise his hand." I was like, "Do you know who that mother effer is?" And then by the time the person left, he was like, "Oh, can you please connect me?" And I was like, yeah, about that is not happening. But it just shows you that some people, they just look at followers, they look at numbers, then you should just treat everybody right, and just simply because you have a green bean don't mean shit, or simply because you created a club doesn't mean shit either. I'm sorry for cursing in you guys' ears, but
how you cursing? Don't say much.
Not be cursing.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Can I add something?
Hold on. I gotta address something real quick. I want to jump back to Mr. Briggs. You said something, and I don't think you realized you said it because you said it so easy. You said, "I'm a nobody." We don't talk like that in this room. Because your words have power, and how you look at yourself has power. So never say that again. Not when I'm in the room, because I'm not going to let you say you nobody, because you're a living, breathing human who's a creator, which means you somebody.
All okay. Right. I appreciate it.
Go ahead, bro.
That was Lou.
Somebody else?
Oh, nah, I was just saying, like, this topic seems to be a recurring theme. And, I know it might be a little bit trash that some of these things are happening, but are we not given enough are we not given enough expectation of accountability for the artists? Like on here on this Clubhouse shit, all this stuff that's happened is because they're trying to take a shortcut. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the first version of the music industry. You know what I'm saying? Late 90s, early 2000s. So you had to get up off your ass and network. There's a lot of people on here that's in the business, that's doing their thing, and are successful, and the artists are trying to take a shortcut. You know what I'm saying? They putting on whatever facade, whatever they avatar is on this app, so that they can get close to people. I seen the shucking and jiving in mad rooms. You know what I'm saying? And never mind, like these cats that's doing all of this shit with pay to skip the line and all that. That might be trash, but they are feeding on the impetus for these people who are trying to take a shortcut. I'm not knocking on their craft.
I'm not knocking that. We're not knocking that at all. But these people who are trying to, everybody's trying to get to the bag. Everybody's trying to be famous. We got that. Clubhouse is a great avenue. Clubhouse is the greatest tool that could have happened to an independent creative during this pandemic. I stand by that. Deals have happened, lives have been changed, friendships, networks, romance, all kind of shit has happened from just this app. Sitting up here holding your phone, talking to a bunch of motherfucking circles, lives have been changed. Let's just be honest. I've changed lives on this app. Artists I've met on this app, I put on Billboard. Artists I've met on this app, Mo Vickers, she just popped in here. 2 platinum records. 2. Met her on Clubhouse. Lived in the same city. Didn't know of her. Met on Clubhouse. A year later, we got 2 platinum records and a platinum video. So the app works if you work the app. And I'm not knocking nobody for whatever hustle they want. If they want to hustle people out their little lunch money, cool. But the point is, some of these people can't help you. So they are playing and they're preying on the hunger of some of these artists. And a lot of these artists hop on Clubhouse because they hear, oh, get on Clubhouse. You can talk to so-and-so. You can play your music. You can get a deal. So they get in here with all this excitement. Then they hear, well, it's a line. It's a queue. We got about 15 people in the queue. So, and they're hungry. I get it. I've been there, brother. I've been at the bottom. I started working 3 jobs when I first started in music. If you ain't seen my Instagram story, I said it 2 weeks ago. I was a fucking janitor at Marshall. I cleaned up all kind of shit, but I was hungry. I did what it took, but I didn't try to take no cheat. Nobody can take credit for nothing I did because I didn't take no cheat codes. I didn't take no shortcuts. I worked and I grind and I built relationships with people. That's what this app is for, to build a relationship. You're not going to build a relationship with somebody who spinning your record, taking your money, and can't do shit for you.
That's the fact. Boss, that's why I was telling everybody in our club, like when we do the review rooms and the big, room that we do, don't take a skip. Like don't pay for take a payment for skip, because artists need to learn how to respect other people's crafts. Like someone's gonna sit there and listen to yours, and I think that's a lot of people's problem. They can't be patient, you know what I'm saying? And we had to sit there and listen to everybody's track, you know what I'm saying? Regardless if it's trash or not. So I think other artists need to sit there and learn how to support one another without just trying to, cut the line and get their music to be heard. And then when they get up to the front of the line, the shit be just trash as hell. But artists need to learn how to respect and support one another instead of, taking the shortcut way out. That's just my thoughts.
Well, it ain't no shortcut to success. 20K is an example. Megan is an example. Megan, remember we used to stay in fireman room for 9, 10, 12 hours? 20K will tell you.
Yeah.
We didn't have no skip the DJ. If 400 people sent in their records, guess what we was doing? Listening to 400 records. Not skipping no line, not paying no DJ. And out of that room, that's when Clubhouse was really organic. They would build organic relationships. We ain't had no back channel. That's why my profile says, don't back channel me. I want to build a relationship with you. Go to my Instagram. Follow me. I'm going to follow you. We're going to build a real relationship. That's how you get ahead in this entertainment. Playing these records for these artists who ain't got shit ain't going to do nothing for you. Let's be honest. Unless they happen to have somebody in the room who hears your music and says, well, you know what? I think they kind of dope. Let me hit them up. And I've done it. When you see me in the music room, I'm scouting. You know the motherfucker who get paid a lot of money for these professional teams? A scout. Go look and see who's dope over there. We need to bring them to our team. That's what you want to know how I got to producing 150 artists on this app? It ain't all from my room. I go to other rooms. I hear somebody dope, and I be like, I may hit them on Instagram. Yo, you was dope. I want to work with you, da-da-da-da-da. They'll go to relationship. Then 2-3 months later, we working. Then they putting out an EP. That's how I do it. That's just me. Now, I don't knock the dollar rooms and skip the DJ, but if you're going to invest and you're going to spend your time, because your time is an investment. The most precious investment you never can get back is your time. So you're sitting in the room 3-4 hours and you decide, well, look, I'm tired of waiting. I was in the room one time, a dude skipped the line 4 times. 4 times. People have been sitting there for like a couple of hours, and somebody opened their mouth like, man, it ain't fair that he keeps skipping the line just because he paying y'all. which I'd agree. Like, I mean, if you broke, just say that first of all. Secondly, you shouldn't be paying these people to skip no damn line. Not so if you skipping the line, they need to be saying, well, look, you skipped the line, we're gonna get you a Spotify deal, or we're gonna get you, some. There needs to be some kind of incentive than just playing your music for a bunch of nobodies who can't do shit for you. I land. Somebody else can say something.
I just wanted to say something. I'm just a guest, and I've been writing and working with the screenwriter and some artists in the background. I'll just be quiet about, but I had to actually get off Clubhouse because I am filming and I am working in the industry. And I just came back on a week or two ago, and just to echo what you shared with me, I completely agree. And it's I think concerning also as an up and coming producer, because we really want to set an ethical standard for women in this industry that I work in, both cannabis and also film, and developing music and talent with people who we're working with. And we all care about each other, and it's a values-based business. So anytime someone's trying to solicit me for money to wait in a line, I'm just like, whatevs, man. If I want to listen, I'll listen. And my critique, everybody knows I'm not a DJ, I'm not an artist, I'm a writer and a producer. So I help raise money for these projects, which is a whole different reality. But I just appreciate being in this conversation. That's why I got off Clubhouse, and I don't like back channels either. So thank you for bringing this to people's attention. I think it's really valuable and important. And I'm done speaking.
I have almost 2,000 unread back channels, and I'm not going to start today. So if you ever back channel, Bottz capping, he said reach out to him. I didn't say reach out to me in no damn back channel. You better go hit me up on Instagram, because I'm not talking to you there.
So yeah, they're probably mine because I'm trying to reach tacos. Period.
Stupid. All right, keep the combo going.
So here's a question for you. Now that we've said all this, right? Do you think that the artists that are on this app is going to heed that information?
It's whether they heed it is on them. It's my job to give you the information. Right. You can lead the horse to the water. If they choose to not guzzle that shit, that's on them. You can keep spinning your wheels in these rooms and realize 3, 6, 9 months later, damn, I ain't nowhere. I've been spending my money, spending my time on these people in Clubhouse. I can't speak for other rooms. Let me proudly boast about the room y'all sitting in, because we the dopest room on Clubhouse. Everybody know that. Everybody knows our room every Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is the best networking room. We've had deals. We've had networks. We've had relationships. We've had comics get deals. We've had artists get deals. We've had all kind of deals happen in our room. So I can only speak for what I allow to happen in our room. People come in our room because they know at any given time, first of all, anybody can show up. And we're gonna keep it a buck with you. We play music for 2 hours. We've critiqued, and we give you a critique that's gonna help you. And you know how many records I've mixed for artists in here? I'll be like, yo, your record is hot, but that mix trash. Send me that song, let me mix it. You know what I just did? I just helped them. I ain't take no money. We ain't asked for $1. We've been doing this room for a year and a half. Never asked for $1. And I helped them, which is the point of this room. There's no reason to get in these rooms with these people who can't help you. If you just want somebody to listen to your record shit, just upload them on SoundCloud for free. Duh. You ain't got to get on here and pay no money. So quit spending your money with people. If you choose to do it, that's cool. That's you. We can't speak for nobody's pockets. We can't speak for nobody's ambitions. But what I'm trying to do is educate people that that's not going to really work when people can't do nothing for you.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
Go ahead, Casey.
How you doing, boss? I'm gonna honestly say I had to get out the app my damn self for a minute, and I love this room. This the very first room that I came into when I came into Clubhouse. I met Rothstein first, making jokes with him. Actually, didn't even know he was into music, but I can honestly say, as an artist, I have been a little turned off from the app itself, not because of you all, but because of what you're speaking on. I had tried to network with multiple people and tried to, like, have my hand in multiple, opportunities. And something you spoke on earlier that I'm not gonna speak too much on. It's something I dealt with on Clubhouse, where I got an opportunity in real life with someone that led to me to feeling a lot less confident in myself as an artist, and I had to take myself out of this and not take things personally, so that I can get back to work myself. And it did kind of taint some of my other relationships because they were on Clubhouse. So I can honestly say that it was a lot dealing with this app, especially during the middle of 2020, going into the beginning of 2021. But here in 2022, I said middle of 2021, going into 2022. But here in 2022, it's a lot. I guess I can say it's a lot easier. But it's that I think a lot of artists dealt with just a lot of people who fake was, connected to real people who we met on here, and then they gave themselves a little bit more power than. And we're artists. We're not looking at you all like we don't know any of you all. You know what I'm saying? We don't know who the placeholders and who the people are for real in here. All we see is a picture on a profile in Instagram, and you're right. It could be a millionaire that has 600 followers and a dude who had 40,000 followers trying to trick you into believing that he got something that he really don't. So it is a little confusing, but I'm glad that you guys are having this room because this does clarify, and it helps an artist like me, just being specific, definitely clear out the bullshit. So thank you.
Well, I mean, for me, what you guys are talking about, I see this in a lot of these film and television rooms as well. And being someone who does his research and always promoting people to do their research, the importance of it, because it does sometimes feel like people would much rather, take a lie and run with it than actually, do the work or the truth. But like they're saying, the best thing you can do is to educate, because we live in a time where a lot of people are on automatic. And sometimes, unless they hear someone say that, they may not sit back and think about it. Even if it's something that's very obvious, even if it's something that we might feel like, is second nature or is one-on-one or basic, and then that's where it comes in. Because now after you heard that, now what do? You know what I'm saying? Because even myself, just by telling the truth, like I've never come off, like I said, I'm not in the industry of film. I'm coming soon. I'm looking to break in. I'm hoping to sell one of these television shows and live on my dream. I'm still have a day to day. I've always said I was independent for a reason because nobody was going to misunderstand. I wasn't going to misrepresent myself for anyone. But if anyone sits down and talk to me, you'll see that I have it together. And I've gotten a cold shoulder from a lot of people that's in here on here talking that shit. Not in this room, but of course in the other rooms. What I appreciate about this room is the genuineness and the consistency. Every time I've ever come in the room, it's been the same thing all the way through. And there are a lot of people that's changed up and done different things. So it can be frustrating as somebody who does their research, but also to take a moment to educate people, to put everybody on the same ground floor. So now they know. So no matter if their friends told them, whatever have you, for them to have an opportunity to hear the truth of it is the best thing that you can do.
Go ahead, brother.
Well, I had a couple questions. Hello, everybody. My name is Jared. I'm from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Let me do this first. I wanted to address something that Octane had said earlier, and this is something I'm going to be accountable for. 15 years ago or so, Soulja Boy came out with a song. It was the Superman song or whatever. I absolutely hated it. And I couldn't understand why it was such a hit when he made that record. It was very simple melody, whatever. And I remember going into a club in St. Louis, Missouri, and they were playing. And the low end and the energy behind the song, I understood what was going on because I was always a hip hop. I listened to Nas and all that. I was a boom bap kid from the get go. So I learned really quickly that there's a new generation coming, and I need to either get with the times or I'm going to get left behind. Now, granted, we have Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole and all that now, but that's not the primary music that we have out today. The next thing I was going to ask is this. I've been looking at, somebody mentioned, I think it was Octane, what's this thing with having the same sound? Here in Tulsa, we imitate everything from the West Coast sound to the East Coast sound. Um, we don't really have our own style, and there's nothing wrong with that. We've got Gang Ty June, who works with Kevin Gates. We've got some other rappers from Oklahoma City that are kind of well known. JB kind of sounds like a Detroit rapper, if you will, or a Christian rapper, like a whatever. I can't remember the guy's name. So my question is this: is creating genres? As you know, Tulsa is the home of the Gap Band, Greenwood, Archer, and Pine. At that time, they and Leon Russell, and I think it was a guy named J.J. Kell, were trying to create a Tulsa sound that was unlike the funk at that time, unlike whatever was going on in the 70s. And I think it'd be imperative, because I'm 37. Ice had played some of our music, and I mentioned that I was too old to be continuing doing music. I still write, I still make instrumentals and make beats and engineer. I don't have a lot of time in the day now that I've gotten older to continue rapping, but I do sing and I write songs for people. But anyways, so what would be the importance of having a new genre as far as being in a state where I live, where we did have Gang Ty June for a couple years. He had a little bit of notoriety, and that went away because I think people got kind of tired of it. And that's just my personal opinion. What would, in your opinion, you guys up top, be for having that kind of motive for creating new sound? Thank you, guys.
Anybody want to answer that? Key, Ralph Stevens, Kate?
No, I came back. I came back at the end of what he was saying.
Of course you did, Chunk of Funk.
I think he's talking about just subgenres like hip hop, melodic rap, all that stuff. Yeah.
Music right now is probably in its most watered down phase ever. When I say it like that, I mean you can go and speaking of these music rooms, you can go in there and hear 10 artists in a row. They could be from 10 different continents, it's only 7, sorry, 10 different cities, and they gonna all sound the same.
Preach.
They're gonna all sound the same. So
Yeah.
you know, the thing about changing, trying to just, you know, create a genre, people like to take the road that's less traveled. You know what I mean? It's easy to go get some muted 808s and a couple of pianos and pads and auto-tune my vocals because I sound just like what everybody's listening to. But you know, it has to be some people who, and I'm one of them. I'm bold enough to not do the status quo. I've always been like that. I don't want to fit in. I don't want to sound like this producer. I don't want to use this producer's drums. Producers be like, "Bottz, I'm gonna send you some drums." I don't want them. Why? Because you done probably gave them to like 30 other people, and I don't want to sound like 30 other people. I just don't. Keep them, you know. Well, send me some. I'm gonna send you some loops. I don't want your loops either. I can create my own shit. That's just me. So you have to have some people who are bold enough to go against the system. The system right now is auto-tune. That's from black, white, Afrobeat, rap, R&B, pop. Everybody's doing auto-tune. And it's just getting bigger because people are starting to see, okay, well, I ain't really got to be able to sing, and I can make a record. Auto-tune is a crutch right now to the industry. It just is. And here's the thing, auto-tune was never meant to just be a crutch. It's a plug-in, like a reverb or a delay. It was meant to enhance and help. That's all. It was never meant to be this crutch that every artist is trying to do right now. And if you're an auto-tune artist in the room, no knock against you, but it's a knock against you, goddamn it. Shit, do something else. Everybody's doing it. If you play, everybody knows when they come in the music networking room and we play music, they waiting on my critique. It could be 30 other people critiquing. Well,
that's a fact. I swear they do.
What Bottz got to say? And the first thing I'm gonna say, I stopped listening after 10 seconds. Why? Because you auto-tune. That's my turn off. I'm just sorry. You know what I mean? And that's no knock on the artist. I have to mix records with auto-tune. I have artists who like to use auto-tune. It ain't no biggie. But when we gonna do something else? Music is supposed to change every 6 months. We've been stuck in this fucking auto-tune for 5, 6, 7 years. Who's gonna be bold enough to say, all right, I need to do something else? I sound like everybody else. Because you do. You can try to change it up as many ways you want to. You sound just like every goddamn body else if you using all that auto-tune, especially when you use too much and the shit bend in your voice. You do. And as a record exec, which I am, we're looking for something different. So you go to these rooms and play, your auto-tune music and it's fire. I think somebody said it earlier. You go listen to everything, as long as it got a little lick of auto-tune. Oh, it's fire, bro. Fire, bro. Fire. Oh, girl, that's fire. And I'm just sitting there with my arms folded like, you do bullshit. That shit sound like everything else. So you got to have some trendsetters who's bold enough to go against the system. Because
So, Bottz, do you think it's like a 360 thing that is just going to come back around to like real singers? I mean, they're out there anyway, but so then what is it going to come back around to?
It has already happened. Yeah, it's happening now. I've been hashtagging all year, bringing back R&B music, real music, because I'm a player. I understand a lot of producers can't play. Not knocking them. I'm just talking about my talent. I can play. I can play everything. Keys, drums, bass. I can make a bed of music that's really musical. And that's what I pride myself on. That's why I'm different. And I don't try to, anytime I'm making a beat that sounds like something I think that everybody else already did, I will stop and start over. So, we're in the copycat age. Everybody's copycat. And if you remember when T-Pain first came out, a couple of artists did it, mid-2000s. But then it died. Y'all do remember auto-tune died for a while. It did. It did. It died down for a couple of years, and then this shit came back with a vengeance. I don't even know who restarted it, but it just right now I don't listen to the radio. I barely listen to Pandora because everything got auto-tune. Male, female, hip hop, R&B, everything. Used to have rappers who used to rap about being hard. Now they auto-tuning it. You can't be hard and not you auto-tune. I'm sorry. You can't tell me you're gonna do a drive-by and you sitting up here with auto-tune. I can't believe you. But that's what the industry is wanting right now. But it's gonna change. And hopefully, people who can really sing, because that auto-tune is a crutch for some of you motherfuckers. Some of y'all in there mad at me right now. Little Bottz talking about, I don't even know you, nor know your music. But if you're using that auto-tune on every fucking song, stop. Just stop.
Hey,
do something else.
I got a song that's coming out. Now, I never used auto-tune in my whole entire life, and I've been singing over 30 years, almost 40 years, okay? But this last song that I'm doing, the producer added it just a little bit as an effect on one part of the hook. But the whole song is not like me singing in auto-tune. It kind of worked a little bit. I never did it before. It sounded okay, but I'm not a fan of it. I tried it. But it's a little different. I would love for you to hear it.
And my email's in my bio. Shoot it to me. I would definitely listen to it.
I'm gonna send
That's
you the
what it's
stems
meant
too,
to do.
baby.
See how you said he added a little bit. He added a little bit in the chord. That's what it's supposed to be an effect, a compressor, a delay. That's what it is. It's not supposed to be your whole fucking voice in the song at all. It's not. But I have to mix records like that. Why? Because I own a business that's in the business of mixing records. It irks the hell out of me, but I mix the hell out of them records with that auto-tune. Or if you sing real bad, tell your engineer to learn how to do Melodyne. Melodyne is better than auto-tune because it doesn't make it sound as computerized.
I was just going to mention
still
that.
Still auto correction. It still corrects your vocals, but you don't sound like Roger Troutman or T-Pain. And about 95% of the records y'all hear that don't sound like they got auto-tune on them, they Melodyne. There's pitch correction going on in almost every record. It just is. So, but get you an engineer who know how to Melodyne like myself. I can do a record with somebody who can't hold a tune in the bucket with Melodyne and shit out their ass. And you be like, damn, she jamming. No, she ain't. I made it sound like she jamming, but you know what I'm saying? So auto-tune is a crutch right now. And hopefully some of y'all are listening like, yeah, I need to change up some shit because I sound like everybody else. And when you're going in these rooms, go in there tonight after we end this one. Listen to some of these artists. That's fire. That they keep telling us fire. My boy, you fire. Auto-tuned up. Muted 808s. Same hi-hat, same snares. I hate it. I fucking hate it. Because nobody wants to be original. Everybody wants to get
through that box, you know what I got faced with, and this I ain't gonna lie. This the thing that pissed me off is I had actual execs. You feel me? Like telling me like that's just not what the radio want to hear. I literally had I'm not gonna say the name, but I had somebody who's connected to like playlists from people tell me like, yeah, that's just like the song was hot. It's just too old school. And it's just like, what you mean it's too old school? If it's hot, it's hot. You feel me? Like if you saying it's hot, then it's hot, right? But like I don't know, bro. It be more of a can you make me money thing nowadays, man. It ain't even about the music no more. So motherfuckers be sitting here like art for me. That's my baby. My songs are my kids, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love y'all, and I do love my fans, and I want motherfuckers to see how cold my kids is. But like y'all not gonna disrespect my kids when I know my worth. You feel me? Or when I know my kids' worth. You know what I'm saying? And that be probably what be happening to most artists. And then you got all of these different rooms, all of these different people that sitting here trying to tell you, oh yeah, this has to be, no, 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 work with me, no, work with me, no, work with me, no, I'm a producer, no, I'm an engineer, no. It's like, damn, bro, like I get it, but it's like shit. That's a lot of pressure, especially if you ain't got a manager. And a lot of indie artists don't have a smart, understanding a manager that's actually in the industry or has any knowledge of the industry. You just got a whole bunch of different people that keep giving you different advices and telling you which different ways you should be going, and it's just too much. It's just a lot. It's a lot of information given to you without a lot of direction and a lot of guidance in that information.
One, most independent artists don't need a manager. For what? You ain't got nothing to manage. What you got to manage? You ain't got no records out. You ain't on tour. What you need a manager for? To say I got one? No, you don't need a manager. Do the shit yourself. You don't need a manager till you book 6 to 9 months out. There you go. Get you a manager. You know what you could get? You can get you an assistant. Somebody made to assist you and help you. But you don't need a manager. I ain't trying to be funny. People, manager is a glorified title that people like to throw around. But you said something I want to address. You're taking this advice, and you said people are giving giving you all kind of advices. Well, do this. See which person giving you advice has been successful in what they're talking about. That's the point of this room. That's what the title means. If I'm gonna give you some advice, you know what? And I never brag because that's just not me. But I can tell you how to make a hit record because I've been #1 on Billboard. I can tell you what a hit record sound like. I can tell you how to go platinum because I done went platinum 12 times. I went gold 4. Check the resume. I ain't got to lie. I ain't got to count. I can tell you that, and people listen to me because I've done this, and I'm doing it now. My own record right now is on charts. My own record right now is putting up crazy numbers because I know music. And so listen to people who know the music, who know the business, who can connect you with somebody and make your career better. It makes no sense for you to sit in a room for an hour, let them finally hear your music, and they just like, yeah, it was cool. It ain't my cup of tea, but you was spitting. Well, shit, that's it. That's it. That's all y'all gonna do. Ain't nobody gonna say, well, hey, and let me hit me up and let's try to. No, they ain't gonna do all that. But they sure took that 20. They took that hot 20 and they heading to McDonald's, getting them some spicy McChickens and a couple McFlurries with your 20. And ain't done shit for your career, which is why we are here on Clubhouse to make our careers be better.
Not the McFlurry.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, McDonald's McFlurry machine always broke. So it's up to people like me, like Rothstein, like Auntie, to educate y'all. Because if you've ever been in our room, and this is a shameless plug, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., tap that greenhouse. You can see how many followers we got. We've never begged for followers. We've never begged for pings. We've never begged for money. You know what we tell people to do in our room? Can somebody answer for me? You motherfuckers come in the room every day. Can somebody answer what we ask you to do in the room?
Help somebody get
Follow.
All we ask you to do is support. So let me tell you how we operate in our room. People come in our room and say, hey, I dropped my single today. You know what I do? Send me the link. I put the link at the top of the room.
Make us buy it.
I make everybody in the room go support that shit. That's why our room is successful. If you ain't had no sales, if we got 100, 150 people in the room at the time, at least half of them gonna go buy the shit. And I make the room stop. No networking, no talking, go get the record. Because it makes no sense if you get in these rooms and you're dropping this music and nobody is helping you. Well, we gonna help you get your algorithm. You got a pre-save link 2 weeks before? Give me the link. I'm gonna make the whole room go pre-save your link. Because it builds your algorithm so when your record drop, you almost already the chart. See, y'all know this shit because y'all too busy trying to skip the line and sitting in these bullshit ass rooms that can't do nothing for you. So I gotta brag on my shit because my shit has been proven. It ain't 23K people in the club for a read. It ain't happenstance. Go look at them clubs y'all be spending them $20 in. I'll wait because they can't compare. Because we do real shit. We want to help people. And if you're going to go in these rooms listening to these people, you need to get help in your career some kind of way. It makes no sense for you to go in these rooms and spend money, your hard-earned money. I can tell you what to do with your money. I can give you advice to. It makes no sense for you to go spend your money week after week, month after month in these rooms with people who can't help you. And their music ain't even as good as yours. They just taking your money and running with it. And you left feeling empty and alone and cuddling up in your cover because don't nobody like your song and they told you was whack.
I'm quitting. I'm quitting music, but I'm quitting.
Hey, Bottz is speaking facts, man.
You wanna quit. So go into it. All I'm saying is go into these rooms that's gonna help you. My room helps you. You know how many artists have a testimony? Well, I came in the music network and room 3 months later, I was da-da-da-da-da. 2 months later, I was da-da-da-da-da. Because we try to help people and not rape you with your money. We don't need your little $20.
It's a lot of $20.
Our room, our room ain't broke. Let me say it like that. And that's not to brag.
Amen.
We not. People that come in here genuinely to help network and do all that kind of stuff. We don't need to take. And I play music every morning. Every morning, artists come in here wanting critiques.
That's a big fact.
And we give them a critique. And then if it's something I can help with, or Ralph can help with, or Auntie can help with, guess what we do? We stop the room and we help. And we don't ask for no, don't, man, put your cash out. I'm not putting my cash app ain't even in my bio. I don't need your money. I got money. And it ain't from DJing on Clubhouse. So we want people to be educated and be smart because let me tell y'all something about every independent artist in this room. Listen to me right now. Independents in 2 to 3 years are going to run the music game. 2 years ago at the Grammys, it was 26% of the nominees were independent artists. Last year, it was 42% of the independent artists were nominees. This year, it was 48%. Almost half of the nominees are independent. People like you and me cutting shit in their house. They ain't on no label. They ain't got no deal. What the fuck you want a deal for? It's only 3 major labels left. A deal right now ain't nothing but a glorified loan. That's all it is. Get out here and grind that shit. Invest your money wisely. Get with a producer. Pay to get your shit professionally mixed and mastered. Shameless plug here again, because I do that too. Quit half-stepping. If you ain't gonna go all the way, don't go. Because every day you're not working and doing the right shit, somebody else is. Every day.
And can you speak on that though? With because a lot of people say that to artists, to independent artists, people that are trying to get themselves out there, they'll say, "Oh, you ain't trying to invest in yourself. You're not serious." But what are the appropriate things that we are supposed to be investing on the artists? Because these people be trying to. They be trying to play in your face with that term and try to make it seem like you lacking or you slacking because you don't want to pay for a showcase or you don't want to pay for a music review or you know what I'm saying? Or it be people that tell you that your engineering or your mixing and mastering is some bullshit. And I'm not speaking on you, Bottz, because we all know that you do your shit. You feel me? But it be people that do things like that to artists like us just to get our money or to. You know what I'm saying? Put themselves or they own brand out there and belittle what we're doing as artists as if we're not making the correct investments.
Hey, Bottz, before you answer, can I
preload it because I think I know
Go
where you're
ahead,
gonna go.
go ahead and preload, bro.
Let me preload it. So Cammy, I think that's your name, right?
Yeah.
So I run a commercial studio as well as Bottz, right? And the thing that I notice is that out of every 100 clients that come through my door, only 5 got their own paperwork straight. I'm talking about being signed up to a PRO, being signed up to Sound Exchange, the MLC, registering their records with SoundScan, BDS, Nielsen, Nielsen SoundScan, Nielsen BDS, MediaBase. You know what I'm saying? So but before we even get to where I think Bottz is gonna go with investing in your career, I would definitely more than half, and I would say easily 85%, 85 out of every 100 clients that I see walk through this door, and I'm talking to them about their own shit. Like it costs money to join ASCAP and BMI. You know what they do? They sign up to BMI because it's free to sign up as a writer, but don't know that they got to spend 150 to sign up as a publisher. You need both. You need both. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if you want to really extend your mechanical licensing game, you should also join Harry Fox, but you got to pay to join. You understand what I'm saying? So it be the base core things, especially when I'm critiquing artists' commitment to themselves before they even pay me $1. Have you even invested in your own business? Look, have you even set up an LLC so that I can give you a receipt? And if you got a square job alongside you being an artist, you can write off the money that you paying me to record, mix, and master your records. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you speaking some real shit, and I'm just glad that I'm knowledgeable and got everything that you speaking on already.
Good. I'm glad you one of those 5. But Bottz will probably tell you there's 95 others that don't even know what the hell I'm talking about.
You preaching, Lou, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm a different type of engineer / producer because, especially if I'm working with you, I'm gonna make sure you got all this shit. I'm gonna make sure you see the thing people don't understand with when you work with certain people, you not only get their talent, but you get their expertise. And you get their network. So, and that's not I'm connected with some wonderful people straight from Clubhouse. Auntie Jackie, Uncle Jam, Frosty. These are people I met on this app. And now we family because we're connected. We come in here every day. You know what I'm saying? So I teach. There's a couple artists who've come to my studio who didn't have an ASCAP, didn't have a BMI. I told them what you said, Lou. They like, well, everybody telling me get BMI, so it's free. I said, well, look, it costs $100. I mean, you can have them both over here. You can pay $150 and get the one free one. Which one you gonna do? Which one you gonna be smart with?
Both of them.
You know
what I'm saying, Bottz, is even after telling them, I'm not saying that this is what I'm saying is 95 out of every 100 people that walk through this door, I asked them this question on my own time, not the client's time, my time. Yo, what are you doing with the record after? Are you done? You got this? You got that? You got this? Yeah, I got it. Are you sure? And then I open the onion a little bit deeper and find out they signed up for the free writers on BMI, didn't sign up as a publisher. Well, look, let me show you how a streaming dollar breaks down. Let me show you how publishing breaks down. And then I give them all of the information they need. And they walk out the door and again, it's in that same 5 that actually go and do it. So there's only but so much help. And Keys, Octane, and myself was having this question before. At that point, it gotta be fuck you.
I would say,
but you gotta
all due respect, because if I'm gonna invest time out of my time to help you, you at least have incumbent upon you the duty to go and follow the steps. It's not like, yo, I need help with this because I haven't figured it out. Because I've had an artist on Clubhouse who I've helped. I've helped a lot of cats on this app. Yo, Lou, I'm on ASCAP and I don't know what to answer for this question. Yo, you know what? This is the answer. This is how you fill it out. But you got to make the step first because there's too many artists out here that's just lazy.
But it's a lot of us that don't even know. Well, I'm not going to say for myself, but I work with a lot of people and I educate a lot of independent artists in my city because I do have a lot of the knowledge that you're giving us. But a lot of us just know to make music. A lot of us don't know that we have to have that information. So I get what you're saying, but to have that mentality of if you're not doing this, if you ain't doing that, then it's fuck you. It's kind of like not helping the cause, because how can we know what we missing if we don't know that we're supposed to have those things anyway? And a lot of people are not willing to educate us on the things that we need because they rather reach in our pockets. And
but once you've been educated, I'm not talking about yo, you did it or you didn't do it, fuck you. What I'm saying, Cammy, is you came to see me and we had a session that you paid for. And afterwards, I'll hold you there another hour and say, yo, this is the plan. This is what you got to do. These are the steps. These are the links. I'm supposed to do it for you too.
No, I like that, but see, Lou, you speaking on like those people that come to your studio. What she's saying is, in most cases, like we on the app right now. In most cases, people will tell you, yeah, you're supposed to be on your stuff. You're supposed to be working hard. You're supposed to be
people who know me, Casey. People who know me on this app know that I have given this speech a dozen more times. I give it all the time. I sit. Look, people call me on the back channel. Keys, am I lying? People call me on the back. Yo, Luke, can I talk to you? Yo, this is how your splits work out. This is how it's supposed to be. This is what you should do. This is the information. You know what I'm saying? And I don't put my credits out there on my bio or nothing, but I've worked doing administration at Sony, at Polygram, at Motown. So I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I tell people exactly what it is. You know what? A lot of people, even on this app, don't go and follow through because I go back and check. Yo, you took care of that?
And Lou, this is the thing. You did your job, bro.
That's all I was gonna say.
But
like,
not to really lose sight of the question.
Can I wait? Hold on.
The question was the question I was asking.
Hold on, real quick. Let me just land here. There's somebody in the chat that said it best, and I couldn't say it the way that I wanted to. I'm saying it like this, Lou. It's show business, right? It's music business, right? Most artists are creatives, but they're not business people. They're not businessmen and businesswomen. They know more about the music and creating the stuff than they actually do about the business. So what ends up happening is when you just started to tell them like, yeah, you got all the creation down, but now you need to do this. It's kind of like expecting someone to just know how to come into a procedure without
That's not expecting.
It's a hard truth for you.
Explaining to them how to do it. And if you go to a professional and they're explaining to you how to do it, he's giving you the steps. He's not saying that you're supposed to know how to do it. He's saying you did that part. And he's saying, I explained it to you. I'm giving you the game. I'm showing it to you. I'm taking extra time to educate you. You got to gravitate to it and do it. That's all he's saying. That's what I get. Sorry,
that is
I
exactly
get that, but
what
my
I'm saying.
question, my question was what ways are independent artists supposed to invest in themselves when they're being told you need to invest in yourself as an artist? Where are we supposed to be putting our coins at? Where are we supposed to be investing into our career? That's what I'm
Mark. Let me expand it then. Let me expand it. After you've taken care of your own business, because the thing is, the things that I just laid out ensure that if your record grows any legs, you actually gonna get all of the money that's due to you. Right? Right? That's the first and foremost step. Like if you're not doing that, like for instance, if like I was saying, like if you only signed up as a writer for ASCAP or BMI,
exactly.
When the publishing dollars roll in, guess what? You're not getting half of it. A publishing pie splits in half.
That's not exactly accurate.
It's not what I'm generalizing.
BMI,
I don't want to get into a deep dive about publishing, but when a publishing dollar is generated,
that part is you got to make sure it's all correct. That's all I'm saying. Most of what you said tonight, I agree with. But with BMI, if you don't have a publishing company, you as a songwriter will get the publishing share when the split sheets are turned in. So don't tell people that are just starting out that will never be an actual music publisher in their life that they must have a publishing company, because there will be none of their
words have meaning. I didn't say
they will never not get any of their money as long as that the percentage is equal out to 200%.
So if you don't have a publishing company, then you'll get double that amount in your songwriting side. So you will still
I need to
money.
stop you, bro, because words have meaning. I never said a publishing company. You still have to have a publisher account, even if you sign up as an individual on BMI.
Once again, that's not
accurate.
accurate.
That's not true, bro.
That's not accurate at all.
That's not true.
That is. Oh my goodness gracious!
All right, we're gonna move on because y'all going totally left field. And
it's going.
So I'm gonna go back. I want to answer the question because nobody answered the question. She asked, "What should independent artists be investing in?" I want Auntie Jackie to actually answer this.
I've been waiting
because Auntie has great perspective on this because we talk about this all the time. What are some of the things that independent artists need to be investing in, Auntie?
All right. Well, first of all, y'all interrupted my full time. Anyway, you have to do the same exact thing that the big machine does. The same exact thing. The only difference is that the financing is coming out of your pocket. You still have to have promotions. You still have to have marketing. You still have to have advertising. You still have to do social media. You still have to have public relations. Okay? Those are the things, those are must have. And then if you're smart, when they talk about investing in yourself, okay, you need promo pictures. You need a bio. When you start reaching out or have somebody reaching out for you to get social media, I'm hungry now, social presence, or pitching to podcasts or publicists, media outlets or these type of things, you need to have this stuff ready so that you can represent the best you. So you still have to have, you're using old school tools with new school rules. You still have to do everything. You probably need a stylist. You
Come on
need
here.
everything that the big machine has. Every single thing. Okay, I'm done.
Thank you, Ms. Jack.
And including
Thank you.
Is an EPK. If you don't know what an
right.
EPK is, electronic press kit. Every independent artist needs this. They have templates. There's no reason you don't have an EPK. They have templates on Google to help you go through EPK. You need a one sheet. These are things Auntie taught me. And I've been doing this thing for 22 years. And I just got my one sheet last year. I just had a website, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not too, big to learn and big to open. You got to be always learning. And she educated me on this stuff.
You still ain't got no pictures.
Look, we ain't ask you all that. Go. So this is the kind of thing, these are the kind of rooms you need to go in with people who are going to help you do this, not people who are going to take your money and can't even tell you to split, what the hell a split sheet is.
Please get a stylist. Please get that stylist. Lord have mercy, because they're gonna send the fashion police after some of y'all.
These are things that you need to know, but going in these rooms, just spinning your wheels and spending your money and spending your time, and they don't tell you, they don't know, for one, because they ain't got it. You'd be amazed these people y'all letting critique your music ain't got a one sheet. Ain't got publishing. As soon as somebody tell me to go listen to their music on SoundCloud, I'll be like, wow, really? That's where I find your music? SoundCloud?
I missed it. All I heard was something about pictures.
Hey, boss, that's real talk, man.
Killer of the music business.
I probably spent like $2,000 to $3,000 in the last 3 months on these rooms with these so-called big industry cats that just shoot my music down and call it trash. And all they did was take my money, man. And I've been in this room for about 20 minutes, and there's some stuff I had to put on the list that I was very educational, bro, which is worth that money that I spent with these other people that just hated on my music, man. So that's real talk.
Well, you know I fucks with you, Rican. I love your vibe. It's West Coast. It's different. I mean, I love the West Coast vibe. So, I hate that one that you spending your money and you ain't no further along. You might actually might have went backwards. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we're trying to educate people that ain't. If these so-called execs are taking your money, why are they taking your money, first of all, on Clubhouse? If they say they do what they say they do, they wouldn't need your money. That's let's be honest. I keep telling y'all, everybody in these rooms who need to make you pay their money, they broke. We ain't broke in here. But we'll play your money. I mean, we'll play your records, and we don't even ask. We don't even want you to tip us. We'll tell you to go buy somebody album before you tip me. That's just me. I'd rather you support somebody than send me some a regular 20. I can't eat off of 20. Shit, I'm greedy. I can't even get an appetizer with $20. So the point is, because I don't want to be here all night, because we can go with this all night. You have to be strategic and intentional in the rooms you're going in on Clubhouse, because it makes no sense for you to get on this app, which is a wonderful app. And I tell my statement remains: the app works if you work the app. But if you're sitting in these rooms and not advancing your career and not learning and not building your network, then why you on Clubhouse? If you're on Clubhouse just to go in the whack 100 rooms and let them argue all day, cool. That's fine. But where is that taking your career? Where's that taking your music? Where's that getting you with a PR or getting you with an assistant or somebody who can help you get your EPK or somebody who can help you walk you through publishing? I do all of this. I end sessions and I ask them all the questions Lou talked about, and I will take time off the clock and answer your questions. I don't even charge for consultation. I could. I know Unc does. Uncle Jam does. I just don't. I don't need to. I would rather you pay to get your BMI than pay me $50 for me telling you to get your BMI or get ASCAP, because I am Team ASCAP since 2002. Hallelujah. But I'm not.
Traitor.
Hey, look, they done gave me a lot of money.
Well, I got a lot of money from BMI.
Hey, you know, Coke and Pepsi, they both quadrillionaires. So we just
Pepsi almost killed me.
Tomato almost killed Michael Jackson too. So y'all got that.
Oh my God.
Well, we want to open the floor for anybody else who want to comment on this, because I ain't gonna be here all night, and then we got to do our room in the morning. So.
No losses but lessons.
I just wanted to say hey to everybody and say that it's definitely worth it to sit and try to learn how to do your own business. It's complicated, it's long, it's tedious, and you got to be organized, but it's worth it.
Definitely is. It's worth getting in these rooms that's going to teach you and grow you as an artist or whatever you do, producer, manager, film. You know, our room, we do it all. Film, entertainment, radio, production, music, we do it all. We talk about it all. Shameless plug. If you haven't tapped that greenhouse at the top, because I see a lot of people in here I don't see Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when we open the networking part of the room. If you want to get your music critiqued and helped, that's the key point. No reason in getting it critiqued if can't nobody help. You know, join us in the morning. We'll be here. I mean, you know, that's what we do. And we try to connect. We try to support. We don't want you to ping nobody. We just want you to support whoever's in the room. If they got an album out, go get their album. If they got a single they just dropped, go get their single. That's what we do in our room. And, you know, I can't talk about y'all, what y'all do in y'all other bullshit ass room. But there's a reason why we got the #1 room on Clubhouse. #1 networking room. Let me say it like that, because, you know, some people get offended. We got the #1 DJ room. Well, shit, go ahead. So, if y'all ain't gonna talk no more, we gonna get the fuck up out of here. We got to be back in here in the mountain. But it's been some great convo. Hopefully, y'all clicked on some bios when y'all heard some people talk. Y'all go follow them on Instagram, follow them here on Clubhouse, and build a relationship. Because the business is 98% relationship, 2% talent right now.